So what's the vibe? So what's the vibe?
Hello guys, welcome to So What's the Vibe? I'm Katya, your co-host here, brought to you by 760 Media. We have a very special guest for you guys today, and I'm very excited to introduce Sylvia Cohen. She's an extremely talented painter, and we will be going to her atelier and taking you guys behind the scenes as to where she paints. A lot of the pieces that she has in her atelier are exclusive. She has not shown them to anybody. So we're actually very excited about this segment to show you guys behind the scene in her element, which is basically taking you a little bit outside of the norm, which is right here in our studios at 760 Media. So please be sure to follow her down in the link below, Sylvia Cohen, and be sure to please like and subscribe to our channel, and hope you enjoy it. So come and follow along.
If you feel it, the minute I feel your energy, the vibe is just taking over me. Start feeling so good. Tonight, I'll be your naughty girl. I'm calling all the girls.
Ah, this tea is so good. Reminds me of like my childhood.
Really? I think
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
This is in Morocco. That's how they serve the tea.
It's like,
And then when they serve, they like
Yeah,
go
you
all
have
the way
to-
up because it makes it cools it down by the time it gets to your glass.
and you get the aroma of the mint, and I mean, it's the whole thing.
Did you put fleur d'oranger
J'ai
inside?
pas, I run
Oh,
out.
okay,
I
okay,
usually
okay.
do that.
Usually they
Yeah.
put orange flower,
Orange blossom
and
water.
orange blossom to have that nice aroma.
It's really good. Yeah.
So we're here
So
with
yes,
the artist,
She's so
fashion
cute.
designer, Sylvia
Yes.
Cohen, and we're having this incredible tea.
Mint tea,
Mint
Moroccan
tea.
mint tea.
Oh, I love it. It's amazing.
Cheers, girls.
Yeah, cheers.
Yes,
Cheers.
Thank you for
Cheers.
welcoming us to your home.
to Sylvia's paintings.
Yeah, they are absolutely amazing. And you know, I know that you have a background in fine arts. You were in fashion, then you switched
back to fine arts, back to fashion.
That's right. That's right. So tell us a little bit about your journey from, fashion to art.
Well,
back to
I
fashion.
studied fine arts like years ago, so that was my first passion. I just knew I wanted to paint and sculpt, and when I finished studying, I figured, okay, I'm not going to make a living out of this, so I went into fashion. I studied fashion right away. I figured that would be creative, and I love fashion also, so I said, okay, so I'll do that. So I did that, worked in fashion for, I don't know, 20 something years, and then I had enough of the fashion industry, and it was very difficult, and so I gave everything up like 10 years ago and went back to painting, and never looked back. But I've been called back to fashion, so so I've been working in fashion again for the past year. So I'm kind of in between, like designing fashion and painting and sculpting.
I think fashion and painting
But they go
goes
very
together.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like they're both very creative
Yes.
fields, and one influences the other. I mean, you could see. I mean, like somebody like this. This is a fashion model, obviously.
100%. That could
Yeah.
even be
So-
on a clothing,
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
piece of clothing.
A cover of a
But
magazine.
Yeah.
that's it. So I mean, a lot of my subjects are models because that's what I see all day, and
Where does your inspiration come from?
it's people.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's people.
Yeah,
I do
they're
portraits,
They're all
and
portraits. I see that.
so I just love studying faces. I mean, when I'm looking at you, I'm like painting you without, like, oh, I would do this, I would do that. It's like, I love what, I mean, people, you could see, their whole
Yes.
personality, obviously, in their faces. And I'm intrigued by people in general, and I just love observing people. And that's it. So I'm really attracted to faces, and that's all I've been painting for the past 10 years. I do a little bit of
The sculptures also.
sculptures, but
Yeah.
sculptures are more influenced by fashion. Like you'll see, they're like
Yes.
busts,
Silhouettes. Yeah.
But faces really, I mean, that's where everything is at for me.
But it's
So,
not just like a portrait. It actually there's a lot of emotion in your
Yeah.
yes,
in
yes.
your portraits, and it just conveys a lot. They're all a little different. They all say something a little different.
I'm always looking for that special expression or something different or something. And if, when I really want to show it, I'll do like a really close up and I'll make it really big to make it more dramatic. And because, painting a face is really nice, but then it's a face.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
But I think this is something
So-
that you're born with. It's like I can't even find myself able to do something like I don't think it's something you could learn.
I used to draw all the time when I was a kid. My
Okay, that makes sense.
my mother
Oh,
used to
yeah.
tell me, well, this one is fantastic. She's never bored. She's always drawing something in the corner. I mean, every kid draws,
Yeah.
but
That's true.
when I was in school here, and I was, I think, in grade 4 or something, our teacher asked us to draw something, and I drew it, and I thought everybody was doing the same thing. And she came to me and she took my drawing and showed it to the whole class. I was dying because I was so shy. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even speak English because I had just come to Canada.
Yeah.
And then this day, I became the artist of the school. So like I
Wow.
used to, whenever we had murals to paint, they would always tell me to go paint the murals. And so I missed classes just to go paint whatever had to be
amazing.
done
That
in
is
school.
so amazing.
And all my friends were telling me, "Oh, you're going to be an artist when you grow up." I said, "Nah." And well, here I am.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was because of that teacher. She kind of saw something in me, and I just thought everybody was doing the same thing, But
No, I understand that. That's
but
usually how a
it's,
child thinks. Yeah.
yeah,
How am I different? How am
I
I
wasn't
special?
different. I didn't even understand what was going on around me. I didn't speak English,
Right.
So
Oh, that's
it's,
true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny.
And I see that you use different types of materials. It's not
Yeah, I
just
was
like
just
a
thinking
canvas
about that.
and
It's crazy
painting.
you're saying that. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask her the evolution of
Yeah.
how
I,
you got
I
to-
started drawing, just like I got back into it, just drawing, like pencil drawing. Then I started a bit of watercolor. Then I figured I'll go into acrylic paints. And then acrylic paints, I got bored, so I'm now doing oil paints. And
what's the difference for people who don't know?
acrylic paints basically are acrylic based, they're plastic based, so they
Yeah.
dry really, really fast, so,
Okay.
which is great. And I like that because I want to paint like fast. I paint fast and I want to paint new paintings every day, not every day, but let's say every week. So it's great that they dry fast. But oils are, for color paintings, they're a lot, I mean, the colors are deeper. It takes a lot more time. So it's more like it takes time to dry. So it's more meditative. Like it's less about the finished product, but the process, I think, in oil. Like
Do you have to adapt a different technique when you're using different?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. In acrylics, you paint fast because it dries fast. So you
Makes
can't,
sense.
I mean, they do have mediums that prolong the drying, but I like the fast aspect of
Okay.
acrylics.
Did you ever take classes to master your talent?
Well, I mean, I studied fine arts. So, I
Okay.
mean, yeah,
That's
so
right, yeah.
university, my degree is in fine arts. So, yeah, I studied that for 2 years.
Incredible.
And that's where I learned sculpture. I fell in love with sculpture, but
Yes,
oh
and
my
you
God.
do some
I do
resin-type
some
sculptures?
resin type
and they're all
well,
sort of like the bodice.
they're
sort of-
they're busts,
They're
really.
busts, yeah.
Yeah. So my granddaughter wears one of them as a
Oh, you're
bustier.
kidding. Oh, my goodness.
She loves it because it's got seashells and it reminds her of the the mermaid movie.
I'm gonna
So
just make sure
So
we're
why-
recording. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So why bust? Why are all your sculptures of the woman's torso?
I mean, I like again, it's the influence of fashion,
Right,
you
that's,
know.
I knew.
that's true.
So it's basically like, I love like Thierry Mugler. I mean, I'm sure you
Oh,
know his
yes, his
bust.
perfumes.
And it's everything is all about the bust.
Yes.
And what shows a woman, more than the bust, So
It's
it's and to me it was just like you can see in some of these paintings that there's a coat of resin.
Yes.
So I did that on a lot of paintings. And a lot of artists do that. So it brings out the colors, it brings out the textures. But at some point I figured, okay, I want to do something more with resin than just throw it on a painting. So I wanted to experiment basically. And I figured, okay, let's do something that's more three-dimensional,
Yeah.
like not just flat. So I started experimenting with resin, and once I found a way of making it, of molding it to a woman's bust, then it took a few trial and errors, And I like the result, and so I did a series. We'll go downstairs and see it later.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to that.
So they're in color, so you can color resin, you can add things to it, you could add glitter, you could add pieces of writing, anything in it. So and when it dries, it just sets and you give it the shape that you want, and when it dries, it's there.
So for those of us who are not as familiar with that, like what resin is, how would you describe, or what is resin?
Resin starts off as a liquid, and it's really it's resin. It's like a form of plastic, I guess.
Ah, okay.
And it comes in a liquid form. It's like two liquids that there's a resin, and then there's an activator.
Okay.
You mix the two. You have to mix them like really, really well. Make sure there are no bubbles. I'm sure like people who use resin know what I'm talking about. But it's very hard to manipulate. And once you either pour it either on a painting or in a mold or whatever, it takes it takes about 4 hours to start drying, and that's when you could start molding it to a different shape. Otherwise, you just let it dry, and it takes about 24.
Kind of like a clear nail polish.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It kind of dries and it's super shiny. Like
yeah,
you get this
exactly.
effect,
Right, yeah.
the shiny
So
aspect.
if you let it dry on the painting, it takes like 24 hours to fully cure. And
Is there different types of resins that dry faster?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, no. I mean, they dry by 10 hours. They're dry, but they're not fully cured. So it's dangerous. Like you can't manipulate them after, but it takes a good 24 hours, even 48 hours if it's a lot. Like some people do tabletops out of resin. Like you could
yes,
pour
I've
a
seen
whole,
wood, even on wood tables, they add in the middle. They'll put like a crack,
exactly.
and they'll add the resin in the middle.
So that takes like
nice.
at least 48 hours to dry, because there's a lot of resin. You know, the more resin you have, the longer it takes to
Gives
dry.
a nice design, you know, like
It's
a more of a
really-
modern
Absolutely.
It's so interesting.
intake
I
on
love
the
art.
it. Love
Yeah,
it.
me too. I love.
Have you incorporated in your paintings like the 3D aspect onto
Yes.
a flat surface?
Yes,
Yeah?
I have.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I'm looking at these, but not really. I just did some collage of beads on these two here. But you'll see in the busts that I did, some are actually like molded on a painting. So
Okay.
I've seen those
yeah, you saw that
on your Instagram
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the neon pink.
Yes,
I
that's
love that.
right.
Remember, I was telling
that's
you how
right.
cool that was.
So
The night that you
yeah?
spoke to me about her, I was on a good like 30 minutes just scrolling
Wow.
through
Right, that's what I
all
sent
her
your-
paintings.
your
I was
profile
like
on Instagram.
so amazed.
That's amazing.
So how
Yes.
can we find you on Instagram? What
Yes.
is your
It's
handle?
Sylvia.Cohen.
Okay.
It's easy.
Yeah,
It's
check
my
it
name.
out,
Yeah.
guys. Amazing things. So where
so-
can we see your paintings? And
Where?
sculptures?
So right now, I
Yeah.
think you're exposing.
Yes.
You were telling us.
Yes, I'm at Gallery 203 on Green Avenue.
Okay.
So there are some of my sculptures there, and a few of my paintings also. So they could be seen there or on my website, sylviacohen.com.
Ah, that's right. You can
So
buy it online. Yeah, that's
you
the way
could,
to go.
Do we have anything exclusive that no one's ever seen before that you can show us today?
we can go downstairs and we
You
can
have some
go.
exclusive things you've
I-
never shown anybody?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh.
And I have
So
some-
can we commission art from you if I
Absolutely.
wanted to do, one of my family or
Absolutely.
myself as a gift?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay,
I've
that's
done
really-
this. I've done
really?
this quite a bit, actually. A lot of people have asked me to do portraits either for a birthday gift or a wedding gift. It's pretty common. I love doing these. I've done pet portraits also.
You're kidding.
My first pet portrait was a dog who passed away, and I figured, I don't really do animals, but I couldn't say no. And
Yeah, I get it.
but it was
Yeah.
such a beautiful dog. I mean, the image, the picture they gave me, I had such a great time painting it, and it was like beautiful. I mean, you could see the dog's soul in his eyes. You know, it was like I was really
I love that you
moved.
said that.
I was really moved by painting that.
Now
so.
you see why she's so passionate about that. There's something that she sees
I
in the
know.
eyes that people don't see.
Exactly.
No,
which
for
makes,
sure.
Part of being an artist is to be sensitive to others. And,
Yeah.
And just see things that other people don't see.
And I think that's why I don't want to, people do commission works because you see these things more than just in a photograph, so. And with the use of color, you could accentuate certain characteristics of a person or an animal or whatever,
true.
just through use of color. So yeah, it's really interesting.
You have to have such an incredible imagination to be able to create beautiful pieces like that. It's crazy.
Thanks. A lot of observation.
Yeah.
I think everything is wanting to observe what's around you, observing people, and that's what I love doing.
Is there any like model or painter or someone that inspires you that you look up to?
There's so many. Oh my God, I can't even name one. I mean, there's I can't.
I've seen you do Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn.
Yes, I've done a lot of famous actors.
Moss?
Yes, well, yeah. I think
I love the Frida Kahlo also that you did on your site.
Okay,
it's beautiful.
I
love
it's
Frida Kahlo.
downstairs. This one is Kate Moss. This one is Audrey Hepburn, and I have another one that's interesting of Audrey Hepburn, of her when she was much older. So I mean, every artist will paint Audrey Hepburn like in her most beautiful years.
Is there anybody in particular
Like
that you like
Breakfast
more
at
that you
Tiffany's.
prefer, or not necessarily?
No.
Okay.
No. I just look at faces. I don't care who it is. I mean, a lot of people have criticized me when I painted Barack Obama, and I said, listen, I don't care about politics. I just liked his face. It's art. I just wanted to paint his face because I love this picture of him, and I don't care about him. It's just like, so people are, sometimes even like I painted Madonna many, many times, and I've had comments from people saying, yeah, but she's over. She's okay. First of all, nobody's ever over.
Art, but you know what? Art is art. Art is timeless.
And I think she's
artist is timeless.
I mean, she's an
People who say
amazing.
stuff like that, I think they're just
ridiculous.
ignorant.
It's also cancel culture.
Exactly.
Well, she's of a certain age, so she's
That's
not
terrible, but
fair.
she's still amazing,
and she was amazing.
And she was amazing.
Deserves the
Absolutely.
adoration.
Do you have more of a preference to paint men? Women over men, or?
That's a good question.
No, not really. Actually, I was drawn to women a lot more. It's true, but
fashion
then
probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I just didn't think of drawing men. And then during the pandemic, I gave myself this project to paint one portrait a day. So for 100 days, I painted up, but they were small ones.
Okay.
So I could paint them in a day, and then I ran out of female models, and I started painting all the males, and they flew out. I mean, they sold right away.
Wow.
That is so interesting.
How is that? I said, I should paint men more often.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you'll see in my studio, you can see I still have some left, and I have no preference.
You still painting every day or every week?
Yeah, I'm trying to paint every week. I'm working as a fashion designer now, so it's like I get home at night and I don't really have the energy, but I still paint. I still have to paint either on weekends or, mostly on weekends.
I remember at one point you were also doing T-shirts, handbags. Are you still?
I saw
jean
jackets also.
Yeah, jean jackets.
Yeah, well, I paint on jean jackets.
I
painted on one of my blazers, and
blazer. That's such a cool idea. I love that.
I paint on my dining room chairs.
Yeah,
it's like
amazing.
I'll show you after. Yeah, it's amazing. I love that idea. Shoes, running shoes.
I did that once or twice. I have to try everything, But I love painting on clothes too, for sure.
Yeah, but a jacket is a statement.
Yeah,
it's more than a pair of shoes.
It's fun. It's fun. Every time I wear it, I get a lot of
you can
comments.
wear a plain T-shirt with plain leggings. You put your jacket on, and it dresses you.
It's a work of art. Yeah. It's something. It's a piece that nobody else has, which is that. That's the point.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
yeah. What else? That's it.
Well, we're gonna go downstairs and look at your paintings and sculptures, etc., because we really want to see that. And what we see so far is absolutely stunning. And is there a particular size that you prefer your canvas to be? Because I notice a lot of them are quite large.
I like to work big.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to work
because
small,
of the details.
No, it's because there's not as many details. I mean, you're freer when you're on a bigger canvas. When you're drawing small, you're drawing like little details.
Understand.
but the bigger you draw, the looser you become, and then you can get into details. But I love those first brush strokes when you're just like throwing
When you
paint.
start something like that, do you start like with a pencil and you do your outline and then you start painting, or you just paint?
I just paint. First of all, I put texture in. I'll just throw any kind of paint. Even like this might even have color underneath, but you don't know. But there's like several layers because I like to have layers. It adds texture to. Well, you could see especially in this one here. There's a lot of texture underneath.
Yeah.
So that
you even put the little eye here.
Yes, that's my trademark.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put it on that one, but
That's really awesome.
Cool.
That's funny that you
I'm
noticed.
watching you.
You should notice that.
All right, now I'm a little scared.
No, it's good though. It's good luck, actually. It's good luck.
It's protection against the evil eye.
Evil eye.
Oh, okay.
You know when I started putting that in.
It's like the hand.
Yeah.
It's protection.
It's against evil eye.
Yeah.
It's for all the haters watching you,
I gotta give me some of those.
Yeah. Actually, I have a bag full of them if you want.
It's like you were working. Yeah, that's
I thought it was a little thing, it's from,
the
culturally.
details, the little touch.
Yeah.
It's I usually put it next to my signature, but I think it's a little
I think
touch.
I like
it's
it.
Great touch.
I think it's cool.
It's fun.
That makes you.
Yeah.
That's So what were we saying? Yeah, texture. So I usually have a lot of layers on my paintings. So I start with texture, and then I'll draw over it, like just to get the proportions of the face, and then I'll get into painting it.
And aside from painting, you use like golden leaves and like different accessories.
Absolutely, I use gold leaf a lot in my paintings. Yeah, it's you can see little touches here, or a whole background over there.
Use like little diamonds also.
Yeah,
and
that's
pearls.
Again fashion. So accessorize my paintings.
That's amazing.
I love that. I love the comment. Actually, the fact that you are a fashion
See the
designer
influence,
and
like
artist.
that brings you to
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I love it.
Do you remember the first painting you did?
Oh my God. Ever?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Your first painting.
Oh, it must have been in school. I mean, oh, actually, yes, I do remember. I was in art class and I didn't know what to paint. And my teacher said, well, you're always looking out the window. Why don't you paint what's out the window? And that's what I did. And I have it. I still have that painting.
That's crazy.
So weird. That was my first painting.
Wow.
So what advice do you have to, up and coming artists? Like what do you wish that you knew when you started out?
Never stop painting.
Okay.
Like I wish I hadn't stopped
You have
for
to
20
do it
years.
for the therapy.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing therapy for sure.
Yeah,
it's like
that's part of it,
meditative.
yeah.
It's like it's fantastic. You're just in the zone. You forget about everything else around you, and
once it's completed, the satisfaction.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, wow, I did this.
Exactly.
Because you're so much
There's
into
a
it.
lot of wow here.
Yes, I agree.
I don't mean it that way. It's just that when you're in it, you don't see it.
that's true.
You don't see what you're doing. You're just painting, and you're really into it.
You're in the zone.
Especially sometimes when you let it go and you come back to
and
it.
then you come back in the room. It's like, whoa, okay, who is that? But
I know exactly what she means, because it's the same thing for the music also.
Yeah, exactly. When you let it go for a while, that's when you come back to it. That's when you
Fresh
really,
eyes.
you have to step away.
You know exactly like what you need to do to finish the painting.
You need to step away from it for sure.
So so what's your vibe? Or so what's the vibe? What is your vibe? How would you describe your vibe?
My vibe? Oh my God. I don't know. I think it's just cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cool.
I agree.
Do whatever you feel like doing. Do what makes you happy. Don't care about what other people think or say or what's in style or what's not. It's funny coming from a fashion designer, but I really, even in fashion, I hate doing trends and doing what's in style. And it's always I always like to have an interpretation of that.
You know what's funny? We were just talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, that's
You know how people are like, so what are you going to wear? I don't know what I'm going to wear.
No,
it
who
depends
cares?
how I feel.
Exactly.
My mood will portray like
Exactly.
how, so it's the same thing. It's really your mood.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I just like it's a canvas and I'll just add a little something.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
That's what I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can have the same outfit with 10 different people, and it's going to look 10 different ways because each one has
The way you wear it.
Yeah, it's the way you wear it, the way you
Accessorize it.
accessorize it, the way you. And like I don't get people who prepare the night before what they're going to wear the next day.
I never do.
Never. how? I don't know what I'm going to feel like wearing tomorrow. It's like, no.
Exactly.
It's like even cooking, like some people prepare their meals for the whole
True.
week.
And they follow like recipes.
Never.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood for that tomorrow. No.
I think it's a creative way of looking at
It's like,
things.
whatever. And it's what you feel in the moment. You have to be,
Even recipes sometimes. Like I'll have friends come, they're like, what did you do? I'm like, I don't know. I put a bit of
I
put a bit of that. I put it. Because it's like
fair.
kind of like making a beat, like making music.
Yeah,
You know, I
exactly.
just
Making a
taste
beat,
and I
that's
just,
true.
absolutely.
okay, I'm missing a bit of that. Okay, you smell or whatever. It's like really just a feeling. Like I don't
Absolutely.
really, unless I'm baking, then I have to follow
Yeah,
recipes.
that's the only thing.
Because that can flop on you.
Literally.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I love baking, and it's like it's very precise, and you have to measure, but it's pretty to look at when it's
it
finished.
is.
But
So
so
that's
is design precise.
Yeah.
You talk
it
about
is.
being
It
a
is.
fashion designer, being an artist. So one is so much more structured
for
than the
sure.
other. So
For sure.
that's
For
interesting
sure.
that you're able to, use
But the precise part I have people doing for me. So
that works.
that's how it works.
Doing the patterns, correct?
Right. No,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
do patterns.
Yeah, I
I
hear you,
just
of
give it
course.
to somebody else.
So you just draw it out. And
Everybody
just-
has their
their
strength.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
With watercolor inside. So there's a whole series of these. They're at Gallery 203 right now. So they're resin. You can call them paintings, I guess. So it's torn up paintings in there, which are. Then I added some glitter, some butterflies.
Oh my God.
So this is covered in resin. You can see I have all the logos in there, like LV, Rolex.
I love that.
Saint Laurent. And it's, you know who that is, eh?
Blondie.
Blondie.
Stunning.
So they either come on plexiglass like that, and you can
Oh, I
hang
see.
it. There's like 2 hooks in the back. It's also one of my latest. So I'm trying to go more into abstract, mixing still with gold paint.
Good.
No,
I'm happy for
Good.
that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Hold on, let me.
So cool.
Stuck on the canvas with resin. It's like in a bath of resin.
Right.
And it's very stable, and it's very.
So wait,
I don't know where we put it.
So this is where I do my sculpture. So you can see my bust.
Okay.
This is my model. About aging.
wow.
My best age is now.
Oh my God.
Actually, I don't have any left. I sold all the.
I don't think he's ever gonna die.
You're funny. Quoi ça va lui? Comment?
So what's the vibe?